As Canon users, we're used to the crushing defeat that the Canon cripple hammer brings upon our village. We get by singing songs, making campfire, roasting marshmallows. They give us diabetes. So we all thought maybe the R5 and R6 escaped the wrath of the cripple hammer, but he ravaged it hard. He had lasers. So today we talk about the hope, the white light at the end of the tunnel, the Sony A7S III. It's coming, my friends.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Today's going to be an interesting episode. We're on the Nikon Z50 with the kit lens zoomed all the way in for dramatic purposes. So the Canon R5 and R6, we all knew deep down in our hearts that the Canon cripple hammer was going to have its way with them. And it did. 8K was stupid on paper. We can't even perceive its differences. But like the usability factor, file size is too big, and the overheating now, just a stupid mode to have. Maybe in 15 years, when 8K is viable, like it's future proof, but not because it melts. The real disappointing factor is that the regular 4K modes overheat as well, and both the R5 and R6. The tiny little IPB files of the R6 get too hot. Those crappy little elf-made files. They're this big, each one. Was there a boardroom meeting about the diabolical plans of unleashing this camera upon the public? Alright fellas, it's time to take the world by storm here. And let's do something special. I'm tired of leading the camera industry, even though we have the worst cameras ever made. Let's make a good one. What, any ideas? Let's give the world usable 4K for once. No cripplings, no crop. Autofocus works. Let's do it, boss. We can't, Harold. It doesn't work. It gets too hot. What's your problem? You got a solution for that? If we add a little heat sink, just little holes in the camera, it'll make the camera lighter. And then we can do 4K. No problem. That's a brilliant idea, Harold. How did you even think of that? If we use your technology, we could do 8K, I bet. I don't know about that. It's just an idea floating around in my head. We've never made one. We don't know how big it's going to be, or if it will even work. Okay, your concerns are valid. Let's remove the heatsink then. Don't even make it. Then we'll put 8K in. Things will work out. Sir, our 4K overheats. 8K will just destroy the camera instantly. That's your problem, Harold. You don't have faith. You don't know how to trust. When did you lose your trust in the good of humanity? That's what I want to know. So why can't we all just get along? You know? We can get along, it's just the 8K files will melt the chip. And the wedding videographers they're gonna cry to each other. They might marry each other. That could work out. This 8K mode has potential to change the world, Harold. Wedding videographers will marry each other to make their own weddings and then film it on our camera in 3-second bursts. Okay, we'll put it in the camera, but just don't advertise it. It's unusable. And then we'll make really good 4K. I think I can make that heat sink. Do you want me to make it? I'll sink your career, Harold. You make that sink. I swear to God. So the sad reality that faces us, Canon tried to pull a Sony move by oversampling from the bigger sensor down to make 4K. They can't handle its witch voodoo magic that Canon has no idea. They just summoned a demon, and when it showed up, they're like, oh God, what are you gonna do? They don't know how to control the demons yet. So shooting 4K is gonna overheat, just regular 4K. We don't know for sure how long it's gonna last. Is it usable? Every video I make is filmed for like 35, 45 minutes, just one take. I can't have the camera shutting down on me. This one's probably gonna die soon. I can't even see if we're recording. But let that sink in for you. The R6, with its inferior IPB format, still overheats. In order to not overheat, you have to lower it to a pixel bin variety, the likes of which an elf witch. Where's that going? So outside of all the frills and the 8K and oversampled 4K, 60p, 10-bit, you know that 10-bit's in there. You can't use any of it. You have to go down to the basic cripple hammer level, and that's where they let you swim. You can swim in the forest of life, recording IPB files that are skipped line skipped and pixel binned, the likes of which no one has time for your shit today. Just get to the point. So the R6, R5, completely unusable on paper, it sounds like. In the best modes, so you're overpaying for basically a Canon M50. Just get the M50. Like the EOS R has 1080p all-eye. You could film that thing at like 400 megabits. I don't even use that best mode. It's too good. So this thing is going to be an overpriced, lower capability camera. The Canon cripple hammer spares nobody. It is relentless. You cross its path the wrong way at the wrong time of day. You just beware its presence. They're good cameras on paper. I like the cameras. 10-bit and a Canon camera with color science? Are you kidding me? It's an amazing feat. I'm pre-ordering one for sure. Love them. The only purpose they serve is to fry eggs. Oh, God. Oh, Canon technology is useful. It does not overheat. This is overblown. Sony leaked the information. They're lying to you. I love Canon. But there's hope on the horizon, my friend, and to signify such hope that lays rest in our hearts, we switch cameras to the glory. My God, the beauty is too much. We just switched over to the Panasonic G9 with a 42.5mm Tony 1.7. I'm borrowing this lens from somebody. Will they buy it? Let's see if Panasonic autofocus just stays out of our way today. And then we'll switch to the Olympus, same lens, see if that's better. So the A7S III has some rumors from our favorite rumor site, the Sony Alpha Rumors. He gets his rumors from a dog. He just throws up food, and then he doesn't look, and he just stirs it with a stick. And then if it shows up, oh, that looks like a 12. It's going to be a 12 megapixel sensor. That's how he does it. And it's very accurate. He's never wrong. So pretty much every time I make a video about something like this, the next day, irrelevant information. Complete updates. It's impossible to stay ahead. How's the Panasonic autofocus handling my hands? It's probably fine. Just move on. What are you doing? Just talk about the thing that was in the title of your video. That's why people clicked on it. You waste so much time. What is this proving? What does this test even prove? What are you doing with your hands? Stop doing this. Just let the people move on. Give them the information that they came here for. You can't just waste time like this. This is not content. This is not good content. People are going to click off. You're getting so many thumbs down right now by doing this. Stop it. End it. You could end it right now. You could just stop. Why aren't you stopping? So basically, a couple days ago, we got a leak. A7S successor. Full HD 240 frames per second. I'm telling you right now, that's my favorite feature of the Fuji camera. It's over there where it belongs, in a corner, collecting dust. That 240 frames per second slow-mo is so glorious, and thanks to the six-pack guy who left that comment that you can optically flow and increase the slow-mo in DaVinci Resolve, as long as you don't do that weird hand motion that I do while crossing the street, it actually works pretty relevantly. I did it in 480p on the Fuji with autofocus. It worked. It worked. There was no weird shit. It does lose me sometimes. That Fuji autofocus is the bane of my existence. I think I'm going to order that Rokinon. The 12mm Tony 2, just manually focus, give it one last shot. If there's warpy shit, I swear to God. Now what I don't understand, it also says 4K 120p, 10-bit 422, and then 4K 120p RAW over HDMI. Was the whole thing over HDMI? As well as the full HD 240p? People are saying it looks similar to the A7R IV, which means we're not getting our camcorder style. So that was a bullshit rumor spread by me. I was wrong on that. The dog threw up. I stirred the stuff with the wrong stick. It didn't stick right. So, I'm sorry about that. We all get things wrong. How's the Panasonic autofocus achieving itself? Oh my God. I shouldn't have done that. That's user error. That's my fault. The thing that I hate, the 9.4 million dot EVF? Like, what a waste. How much is that thing gonna cost? What video shooter uses an EVF running? You're gonna get hit by a car, you freak. I hope you do. I hope you sue and they get the money from you. You dented their car and they're pissed. And then you lose. You have to pay $17 to fix the dent, unless you can fix it yourself. But then you have to pay to learn how to fix it. You go, what's that school gonna cost you? A good $300? Yeah, that was a bad life decision, wasn't it? Yeah, think twice. Think twice before running across the street in slow motion. You can't do it like a pro. But seriously, all the resources should be going into the screen being better and flipping towards me in some manner. Ideally, the A99 screen that flips up, it twists up, flips down, twists around. It can go anywhere. It could lead your life if it wanted to. I want that thing so bad. I know it's bigger, so what? Make it a heatsink somehow. The screen is the heatsink. We don't need much. I just want a flippy screen. If the A7 III had a flippy screen, I wouldn't have started this channel. It irritated my soul so hard that I had to speak. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to even do with 10-bit. I think I need it. I don't know. I don't see the difference. I see Nikon Z50 killing my X-T4 in 8-bit. I don't think it matters all that much unless you do green screen stuff, which I might do one day again. It was fun to do. I have put my heads on many different demon-like bodies. I love that. But we think we need it, so let's have it. 4K, 10-bit, 422, and a Sony new color science, the ZV-1 color science. I'd be happy, as long as it has a flippy screen. We know the IBIS is not going to be improved. The mount's too small. That's my conclusion. The R5 and R6, that giant mount, they can move that thing anywhere they want to in there. Magnets, and it's speaking to the lens. It's like, do you want me to move or should I move? Well, you go ahead. Go. They're so polite. But Sony, that thing, I don't think it's ever going to improve. So if they come out with some good lens stabe, and please add a digital, because you know you suck, IBIS-wise, then okay, I'll try it. But there's another leak, my friend. And for that leak, we're going to have to switch cameras to the Olympus EM1 Mark III. Will it keep up better than this amazing autofocus has been the whole time? Was there any pulsing? There better not have been. Oh my God, right now. Seems brighter. Is it tighter too somehow? Does the Olympus have a smaller sensor than the G9? Confirmed today for the first time. Is it behaving well with a Panasonic lens? It better be. So we got some new meat. The A7S has a 12 megapixel stacked sensor. I love that. I love the bigger pixels. I love that the GH5S has the 10 megapixel sensor and its actual pixel sizes are similar to full frame high megapixel. It might be better. It might be bigger than the EOS R 30 megapixel ones. Has anyone ever measured it? But those giant pixel sensors are so much better in low light and dynamic range. Low light I don't really care much about, but dynamic range is so pleasing. The highlight roll-off dignity, leading to a window that doesn't hurt you. They're saying there's no global shutter, so David Osler, you were wrong in your prediction. That's embarrassing. That is just embarrassing to be wrong so often. When you predict things for Sony, it's gotta hurt, especially since you're a Sony shooter. You'd think you'd understand what they do, but clearly you've been misled by your own ways. But what it does have, unlimited recording time. I don't know why Canon implements that, why any camera does it. There's no longer the tax, right? Like there was a tax you had to pay to get the beyond 30-minute limit, but that's gone. So no camera should have it unless it gets too hot. I'm looking in your direction, Canon, hot boy. So it sounds exciting, but it just seems every single camera release, we're disappointed in the end. It's just it promises big things, then there's no flippy screen. There's something missing from it. So I have a feeling A7S III is going to be the best thing ever. They're not going to flip it. They're not going to flip it up. They're not going to do a damn thing with that screen. probably not even a touch screen, and the IBIS is gonna suck. Still, this is a terrible looking shot. I'm trying to lean in, my desk is here stopping me. Can you notice my uncomfort, or does it comfort you? Portrait confirmed. No, I'm in somebody's house. It smells weird. Oh, why do they eat so many pickles? Are the Olympus colors glory? Is this lens worth getting? It's too far away from me. Let's just do a little switch, and then we'll end this thing, this freak show. There we go. There, that feels better. What was all that tight shit all about? We're just on the 12mm Leica 1.4. I've never tried the Olympus in here. How's that doing? So, is this tiny little lens worth getting? This has a lot to do with the video, trust me. Will you do it, Olympus? Oh my god. Honestly, I'd have to be a snob about it and get the Tony 1.2 if I ever did get that focal length. I couldn't handle the 1.7. It's just not enough. So we don't know any of this for sure, it's just rumors, but it seems like the Sony is the more polished beast. They've been through their overheating ways and they overcame it. Like now they're here, it's like, okay, we know how to overcome that. Canon's just trying to push the envelope now with their technology, and they're not ready for it, clearly. I still want to try the R6, but I'm less excited now, and Sony will see. Hopefully it comes soon. I hate waiting, but this is the most fun time. It's like the anticipation. Oh, we get a little crumb. It's like, oh, what's that spec? Oh, this is good times, and then the big letdown. Let's not have a letdown. Let's just make a good camera. So I'm gonna leave. What do you think? Sony A7S rumors versus the R6 reality? What's the better camera to buy along with your Camera Conspiracies t-shirt? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you in the next one.